Tonight, we're going to talk about a critical topic, and that topic is navigating Kali Yuga through nervous system regulation, navigating the age of revelation, the age of transition, in many ways, if you will, the Jezebel age. And it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's all about the state of the nervous system. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Go ahead and pile in right now. This is a critical transmission, and things are turning up. The heat is going up, and it's time for us to get regulated and time for us to be in a place with people that are serious, interacting with people that are on the frequency. It's going to become critical. All throughout the word, it talks about that. It talks about measure those who are in the tabernacle. For that, those are those people who are going to be having a certain anointing over them, right? Right here on the the cerebral cortex or the third eye. But don't count those people that's outside the tabernacle, for that is given to the Gentiles. And how the word Gentile is described is animals, right? Animals. And that's what they use for the term Gentiles. That's the actual meaning of the word in that spiritual or religious tradition. So that's speaking of the beast. Whenever you hear anything animalistic, it's talking about the beast. Now, come on in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be powerful. Make sure that you stay tuned to the end. Tonight, we're going to talk about Kali Yuga and what it is, what it isn't, and why the real work isn't about analyzing per se or trying to change the exterior world. The real work is about regulating your inner world. It's about regulating the very instrument and the modality that is used to perceive the world or any age of human spiritual development we're in. So every tradition that mapped these different cycles, they all agreed on one thing. As energy becomes denser, our perception and our consciousness becomes more narrow, and we become more focused on the physical, right? The lower chakra. That's why they call it the beast and the Jezebel and the Kali Yuga. All of this is a certain type of energy. And so while you focus on that, that becomes your God. Whatever you focus on is what you serve and obey. Serving and obeying is the very definition of what worship is. So when you read in the Bible where it talks about those who worship the beast and live in his image, it's talking about those people who obey and follow the dictates of the lower self, which is outwardly manifested as the media, what the world is pushing, right? All of the things that keep us dysregulated, keep us separated, keep us living in fear and anxiety, keep us controlled ultimately. But consciousness contracts toward the gross and the physical, and the nervous system contracts with it. You become more reactive, there's more noise, more static, more friction, it's more urgency. You're locked in what we call fight or flight or sympathetic nervous system function. And there's less stillness, it's less quiet, so you can't hear the guidance from within. So this is not metaphor, this is an actual physiological and psychological description. This is really what's happening. So whether you're reading the Bhagavad Gita or you're reading the Quran or you're reading the Torah or you're reading the Revelation, which is the Injil, right, of Messiah Isa, all of these books are speaking to the same thing energetically and scientifically. And today we're living in the scientific age of revelation where all things are being revealed. And this is what my job is, to reveal and make everything crystal clear. So there's no question across metaphors, across traditions, across dogma, across science and reality. So a dysregulated nervous system is a Kali Yuga nervous system. It's stuck in sympathetic activation and unable to drop and relax into parasympathetic nervous system state, where you have clarity, when you have connection, when you have intuition. So as long as you stay in this level of anxiety and fight and flight, you can never have connection to the Most High because that connection is in a peaceful state. And some of you, you don't even know how stressed you are. I told somebody the other day, I said, whenever I leave this country and I go to other cultures and I get off the plane, immediately, especially places that I frequent, immediately it's like a deflation. It's like air letting slowly out of a balloon or a tire. So, you just relax. Then you begin to see, and you have a baseline of comparison to see this is not where it's at. This is toxic. And this is where how it's supposed to be naturally. You're supposed to naturally be regulated. You're supposed to naturally be calm. You're supposed to naturally be able to have fight or flight when there's danger, when it's not safe, and you need to protect yourself either through defense or retreat, and then shift right back into being relaxed. But we're in this constant state of threat. And this is because of stress. So tonight we're going to talk about that. So stuck in this activation. And tonight or today is all about mapping the terrain. It's about mapping the terrain and the tools to navigate it. And that's what it's all about. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Tonight, inside the members area, we're going to have the full lecture. We're going to go into Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga. We're going to break down all the yugas so you can see how consciousness gradually becomes more dense and then it becomes purified, right? This is the state we're in now. We're at the end of a cycle. So it's the most dense, but it has to go all the way from the most dense to the most purified, which is Satya Yuga, which is the golden age. So you can imagine how much inertia and how much change and transformation has to take place to go from lead to gold. And this is why those people who are born in this day and time and experiencing this transition are so special. You are as special as the very transition itself. It came from me clear as day. Nazir, it's not just that this age is special and unique. The beings that have elected to go through this process are special and unique, highly advanced souls, and souls who have taken up a great challenge, because you get to experience the transformation and the what do you call it, the contrast of going from lead to gold, right? This is why Revelation talks about glory. This is why it talks about glory. If you're just going from silver to gold, right, that's not really okay. You know, but you're going from the most dense, the most toxic metal, one of the most toxic metals, lead, right, Kali Yuga, all the way to the purest, gold. So you go through all of that. And that's how you experience ascension. You must descend if you really want to ascend. If you're already up high, you can't go high. You got to drop down and you got to become flesh. You got to become that lead, right? To experience being born again from the dead, lead, dead, right? All the way to being born again and being golden, right? Of gold or of God. And that's what it's all about. So tune in, all members. This evening, we're going to broadcast live inside of hiddenpowercommunity.org. It's only for members, but I have a gift for you, everybody. If you're not a member, you get to become a member for free. For 7 days, for a whole week, you get free membership. So not only do you get the membership for free, trial membership for 7 days, you also get this very powerful live feed that we're going to have inside of our proprietary, exclusive, elite community, not on YouTube. This is for people that's serious and for the elite. You're going to get this information and you're going to get it free and all of the benefits of membership for 7 days. And on top of that, as a gift, we're going to give you 25% off everything in our wellness store. Once you join hiddenpowercommunity.org, you get access to the coupon code and everything is 25% off. And that's going to end on Monday. So the 1 week free trial ends on Monday and 25% ends on Monday. So you could drag your feet and miss out, or you can step up to your power, become part of the family, get discounts, and leave that stone, and don't leave that stone unturned. So that's it, everybody. I thank you so much. I'm going to see you this evening inside of hiddenpowercommunity.org for our live exclusive members only feed. And we're going to talk about the yugas. We're going to talk about Kali Yuga, revelation. We're going to go into how to navigate Kali Yuga through nervous system regulation. So that's it, everybody. Head on over to hiddenpowercommunity.org and sign up for free. If it's not for you, you still keep the discount code. You still get 25% off. Okay. And you don't get charged anything. So you really have nothing to lose. The only way you lose is when you sit on your hands and not step up to your power. You lose when you just watch these videos and don't take any action. You're not hurting me. You're not hurting any of our members. You're hurting yourself. Don't do that. Be a person of action. Be a person that's bold. Be a person that doesn't continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. This shit ain't working. And you still do it. Apparently, you got to do something different. Apparently, come soar with the eagles, everybody. That's it. Shalom Wadu.